Hi, I'm John Schoenheit, and I head up the research project for the Revised English Version.
And I'm Johnny Barnes, and I am part of the research team, and I work primarily on the New Testament.
And I'm Bill Schlegel. I help out with the Old Testament translation.
Hi, I'm Jerry Wierwille, and I work on the New Testament.
The Revised English Version started because I was teaching teenagers, and I would say, you have to read the Bible and believe it. But then looking at the versions, I said, well, but this word, that doesn't mean that. And this word doesn't really mean that. And I realized that there needed to be a version that was academically defensible, but also had a really good translation that we could defend in front of other people. So we started in about 2000, been working on it for about 23 years. Number of different translators through the years have worked on the project. We came out with a hard copy in 2014 of the New Testament, but we've moved way beyond that now. We came out with an app in we came online in 2015, came out with an app in 2018, and now the entire Bible's online. Most of it's been worked on to one degree or another, but it's very readable from Genesis to Revelation.
Well, it's been my pleasure to work on the REV New Testament since 2015. And since then, we've gone through all the books from Galatians to Philemon. We've done the letters of James, Peter, John, Jude, and currently I'm working on the letter to the Romans around chapter 3.
And when I joined the REV project, Psalms and Proverbs had already been worked on, and I started helping out with the book of Joshua, Judges. We've gone through Samuel and Kings, and most of Chronicles now, and we hope to get back into the Pentateuch next.
Since I joined the team, we've been working on Mark, and we completed that. We're in Matthew right now in terms of the Gospels, and we completed 1 Thessalonians, and we're working on 2 Peter as well.
Each one of us is kind of a primary translator for a book of the Bible that we're working on. And we do our preliminary research and do a translation from the original languages, Hebrew or Greek, if you're in the Old Testament or New Testament. And then we have committee meetings where we review the translation and suggested changes to the current REV translation. And so at every point along the way, there's at least 2 or 3 people looking over the suggested revisions, and we have discussions about them and try to come to an understanding of what would be the best way to represent the original language that brings the most clarity and is also the simplest for somebody to gain the biblical message from.
So far, about 40% of the New Testament has been revised and about 30% of the Old Testament.
And our goal is for in 5 years to be done with the New Testament, in 8 to 10 years to be done with the Old Testament, and in 10 to 12 years to have a completed hard copy.
And at the same time we're doing the translation, we're doing an associated commentary that, if you're in the app, means you can get to a commentary from a verse simply by clicking. Because the whole point of this was to make a translation that was biblically defensible, academically rigorous, readable, but understandable. And some of the verses, frankly, to understand them, you need commentary. So we're blessed and privileged to be able to write a commentary that flows along with the Bible. Right now, we've written commentary on about 12,000 verses.
Our webmaster and designer, Rob Woods, and I have been working tirelessly to improve the experience of the REV online and in the app. And forthcoming, we're going to be developing a series of tutorials so that you guys will be able to understand and use all the cool features that we are implementing and be able to get the most out of your use of the REV.
So it's our privilege to be able to do this work and to make it available for free to you and to the world on the internet. We hope you enjoy it. We hope it helps you in your walk with the Lord Jesus Christ. And may God bless you as you read His Word.